Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Some sort of shit.
Wherefore, where Iboda Kilmok.
Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds.
Come, Reaper.
You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility.
Come, Reaper.
He worries about you. If you love yourself, you don't hurt others. But the more you hate yourself, the more you want others to suffer. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots.
Tuluya, Utulula, Cantita duela bofo.
What do you think his are? He's the one that's called Out of Date, remember?
Tu wavu, Tolu Keta, Ya Wawanaway.
Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone.
Far Kobemako to far Titaba.
Think of the present because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things.
Koyevun, Tuvun Bunun, Ya Yumawa.
He's worried that you're putting the world at risk. But darkness isn't necessarily the end of the world. It's just another perspective.
Tikamaperna. Boyubut Paigatawa?
If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst. Something he calls the Ark.
Kobwa, Yak.
Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled.
Ugambun ang Ugagad Yebromo Bufu.
Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees.
Wonto Kontue Pon Yevun Goja.
He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core.
Le Yayato.
The contamination disrupted what we now know as Ki energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate.
Tolidrea Ya Maoloa. Tamuk Gabamuktab.
He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head.
Udenu kun Nunyofubu Fabobe Muk Kofar.
It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real.
Luatolo Maua. Ya. Savoita Mua.
He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground.
Ya. Savoita Mua.
The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out.
Chintwata Moti Huasa Loma Tuaha.
The Ark has room for 4 more, even if you think no one else is worth saving if the world comes to an end.
Tulua ba volua fofo bagwa papamu.
He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm.
When you've completed all quests for your character, you can offer them one of the 4 seats on the Ark. Your allied tribes, if you run out of date, already have seats, but think hard about who to bring with you before offering someone a seat, as you won't be able to change your mind. Depending on your aura, some characters might decline your invitation.
Nuka Noburak.
Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy.
Mau Mauya. Nuekek Ujbar no barke.
He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend GIZMO in the West.
Papa Mofobak.
Out of Date says he knows you're good-hearted enough to do your best to support GIZMO.
Ewe bobuye. Maoya.
He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding GIZMO and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of.
Kim hobe bekuko hifar muk.
Out of Date says that GIZMO is worried now that the Western World Eater is stepping up its activity.
Kotuvon ko kumvunkono. Come ripa.
He explains that GIZMO is working on a scrap walker vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head west as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. Says you'll meet again.
If you feel the narrator is talking too often while exploring, you can reduce the frequency of the narrator's comments in settings. Okay. Nah, the narrator is good for now. New main quest, the Ark. The Recyclopedia. So we have 2 main quests. Let's go ahead and get out of there.
The underworld is like a whole new frontier.
Yeah,
Let's
fast
see.
travel. Where are we heading? We're heading down here, right? We have the rival tribes, capture that. Oh, this is still like just to capture her. Okay. I'm going to do that sometime, but boy, not for now. Let's fast travel as well. Fast travel to Brickton. Yes. Really enjoying this playthrough, man. If you guys are as well and you want to keep up to date, because I do release a video every day, like the video and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll keep these videos coming out daily for you. Well, hope you are enjoying it. I am. Alright, you're heading straight there. It's good. I'm gonna search this up.
Never thought you need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You really put a spin on it.
Find the clothes soakers. That's an interesting name. Let's go. Oh, we've got some jeans.
Better than nothing.
I need a new hat. They got quite a few stuff here. Let's see what else they got on there.
A flush seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush through. That's the kind of trouble you really want
legendary.
to wash away.
Oh, matches my hat.
Any sun is way better than none.
Awesome. Make sure you loot in Brickton. Make sure you loot in Brickton. And oh yeah, listen, I swear I could break through this. Okay. Quad check.
You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. You're energized. They don't learn.
Nice. I think we could actually go ahead and take off that waypoint. There we go. Oh.
Ah, that wood scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans.
What other upgrades are there for this staff? Where's the staff? Upgrade points, huh? One full. Two-handed melee. Oh. Here's the staff. Oh no, the staff doesn't have anything. Ooh.
It's the chug yard.
The chug yard.
Lockety locked.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's luckily locked. Definitely luckily locked.
You're here for a reason. It's up to you to figure out what that is.
Oh wait, hold on. That does not work. Oh. Oh, some fire bullets.
Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomber bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Your key energy is all used up. Key extreme. Steel punch. What a wonderful day. You have a good eye for that stuff. Let's see.
We are at the chug yard. Oh, let me go over here real quick. Oh, no. Oh, shit.
Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him GIZMO. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. GIZMO remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But GIZMO says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. It carries so much hate, and its insatiable hunger has only increased over the years since it claimed revenge on your parents. GIZMO says he also has re-memories from the long gone, but unlike you, he doesn't think of the past, for it's gone. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. GIZMO understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
Take that light!
Really, you ought to use your head instead of your gut.
See? The darkness lets you get away with anything.
Just remember, you can always find light in the dark.
Dark? When you already know you're right.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the path that brought you to this point. Would you have been happier going in a different direction? Figures you're either a rare person or a good liar. Maybe both. Sad to see the Tree of Life is going to die and take everything with it, but it's not like he didn't expect it. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Jagni. They always hunker down in their homes, gathering their things around them. Says home is a base, but it doesn't have to be everything. The world is wider than you know.
Bang.
But that's not important now. GIZMO says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone. So you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. It's the part of the land that suffered most from the apocalypse. It's deprived of oxygen, making it next to impossible for anything but creatures that were most contorted by the contamination.
Venture into the dead zone. Alright guys, I think we'll wrap that part there. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you very soon. Peace.